Whenever the question is asked what your favorite Mario Party is, usually the answer I get is either Mario Party 2, or it's a toss-up between 2 and fill in the blank. I definitely fall into the second category, as I'm not going to deny how great 2 is, but the other one for me is 4. So what makes Mario Party 4 stand out for me? Well, besides the fact that it was one of 5 GameCube games I originally got with my system on Christmas, I think it's because out of all the GameCube era Mario parties, 4 had the most unique traits, whereas 5 through 7 felt like they were all very similar, almost as if they were expansion packs for each other. Now, Mario Party 4 was the first time we had gotten a Mario Party outside of the N64, so it had some pretty big shoes to fill, because remember, this is back when Mario Party had a good reputation, so they obviously had to try some new things to make it feel a bit more fresh. And probably the most noticeable change was the items, or more specifically the mushrooms being swapped out for Mega and Mini mushrooms. Both allow you to grow really big or really small, allowing you to travel the board with a bit more strategy. The Mega Mushroom does exactly what you think it does, makes you grow huge and lets you hit 2 or 3 dice blocks. The difference is any opponents you pass by you'll stomp on and steal coins from. The downside is that you'll go past any shops and stars without stopping, so you have to be smart when using it. And the Mini Mushroom, I guess, is essentially a more versatile poison mushroom that'll let you reach places you couldn't otherwise. It's honestly a shame that this is the only Mario Party that these type of mushrooms appear in. I mean, I can understand the Mini Mushroom being left behind, but I do wish the Mega one stuck around. Way too satisfying to squish your opponents and be rewarded for it. I guess the other main change was that the bank was replaced with the lottery shop. And while I don't hate the bank in 2 and 3 since the idea of potentially winning a chunk of money that everyone puts into is pretty neat, but I will admit, I kinda preferred just putting my 5 coins towards winning an item or 30 to 100 coins. The odds are low, but fuck that. I don't want my hard-earned cash potentially going to other players. Rather give it to Bowser. One of the downsides of 4, though, I will admit, is that I feel the boards are pretty bland when compared to the other games. I mean, they're not bad by any means, I always liked the casino board and the haunted board. But that's the thing, they're decent for generic boards when nothing really screams Mario themes. Even Bowser's board just looks like a lava level. Not a deal breaker, but it is a little disappointing when looking back on it. But board game play is only one half of Mario Party. Anyone who's played knows that any Mario Party worth its weight needs to have some awesome minigames, and well, if you've seen my top 10 minigames video, then you know a certain minigame from this entry made it as my favorite minigame for any Mario Party. But even then, 4's batch of minigames were so fresh and original, even to this day the majority of them have never been adapted to for later games. You know, like usually one would think, well, what's this game's version of insert minigame archetype? That doesn't really happen too much here and it makes these minigames a lot more memorable because of it. But I think the best part about 4's minigames is the fact that these are some of the most balanced minigames going. When I made my top 10 worst minigames episode, my main complaint is that if you were on the right side or team, it can mean the difference between stupidly easy to bullshit difficult. Well, in this case, that rarely ever happens here. There isn't a time that I can think of that you had better odds of winning over someone else. Everyone had an equal chance to win and that's awesome. So while I may be in the minority who thinks Mario Party 4 is the best out of the GameCube era party games, I'm sure most will agree that this was still a good first shot for the new generation of the GameCube era.